Welcome everyone to RBS Talks Vitality in the Workspace edition. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this virtual event in which we will be discussing the topic of vitality and making sense of what this concept means in the context of business. Now, before we kick off the event, I want to share with you some very important news. Today is a very special day, not only because we're going to be discussing this important topic of vitality, but also because it marks the beginning of RBS Talks, which is a project that we have been working on for several months already within the Masters of Consultancy and Entrepreneurship at the Rotterdam Business School. Our mission for RBS Talks is to become a leading knowledge sharing platform where we research and discuss the most relevant trends in the business world. We want to study and share the future of business today. And it is with this mission in mind that we have put together this virtual event. I would like to take this opportunity to give you more context and information about what RBS Talks is. Now, RBS Talks is a student-run event that is organized and presented by our master's students and our candidates within the Masters in Consultancy and Entrepreneurship at the Rotterdam Business School. We do this in partnership with industry players, and we have secured a partner for this current edition. And this event will be happening twice a year. If you want to learn more about the Masters in Consultancy and Entrepreneurship, I'm going to be putting up a banner with the link in which you can go visit us and learn more about the program and what we exactly do within this program. But what we do is a great mix of showcasing what entrepreneurship is and also the world of consultancy. And we ensure that we give the students the tools and the resources that they need to become world-class problem solvers. Before we jump into the vitality topic, I want to make a disclaimer that this student-run event is supported by the graduate department within the Rotterdam Business School, but in no way or form they're liable for the content and for the information that we are going to be distributing in the next couple of hours. Okay, keeping that in mind, let's kick off vitality in the workspace, the topic for the RBS Talk edition of 2020 in the month of November. As you can see, we've done this together with our partners, Pronio, and I would like to bring in the founder of Pronio, which is going to give us more context onto what they do and the mission they have within their organization.
Thank you very much, Andres. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be on this first edition of RBS Talks and to work with this great team of people. So I'm the founder of Froneo, and as you can see on the screen, we help organizations and their people with a healthy and productive work and lifestyle in order to reduce stress and improve health and well-being. And we see this in the business context as an increasingly important topic. And being healthy and having good vitality is not just the absence of sickness, it's flourishing, it's having all the energy and being able to do everything you would like to do in work and in life. And it's my delight to be working with the group of students that is running this very first RBS Talks. We've been working over the last months with them, and I'm really impressed with this team of students. They're coming from all over the world, and they have done great work in developing vitality topics, thinking about how they can make an application for business. So I hope that this session will be very useful and very valuable for you who is watching this session. So I'm really looking forward, and it's great to be partnering with the Rotterdam Business School and particularly the students that will be running these sessions. Enjoy this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Marcel, for that introduction. Now, why vitality? Why have we decided to go for this topic? In the past year, many challenges have come to our lives and also to our workspace. We have seen the ugly side of conditions such as anxiety, depression, loneliness, which have been caused by the devastating global pandemic. We believe that there is no more important topic to discuss in this moment than vitality and well-being. And we hope to give you the knowledge and the tools by the end of this event so you're better equipped to deal with the negative effects that we have suffered in the past years. Now, I would like to introduce myself. I will be your host for today's event. My name is Andres Campo, and I'm a senior lecturer at the Rotterdam Business School, in which I teach topics such as entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and project management. But this event wouldn't have been possible without all the hard work that our students, our master's candidates have put into putting these workshops together. So these will be the speakers that will be featuring in today's event: Anil Bentley, Jan Spittel, Sandra Ansa, and Ebru Iskan. Now, behind this amazing group of speakers, we have all of these students that have collaborated and that have helped develop the research and also the presentations that you will be enjoying today around the topic of vitality. So I also want to give them credit as contributors to everyone that you see here on the screen. All of us, or all of them, which are candidates from the Masters in Consultancy and Entrepreneurship at the Rotterdam Business School. For today's event, we have the following agenda. Starting in a few minutes, we're going to be discussing mental well-being at work. Then around 3 p.m., we're going to follow up with self-management at work. And then lastly, we're going to be closing up with a session on shared yoga and mindfulness. Now, without further ado, I would like to bring in the first theme, which is going to be discussing mental well-being at work, and it will be explaining everything that you need to know around this topic. But before we do that, I do want to make a couple of remarks. We would like to make this session as interactive as possible, so we want to encourage you to use the comment section on YouTube or from whichever you're watching. Now, there is a small delay in between your comments and your questions and when the speakers get to see it. So please be mindful of that. Towards the end of each one of the sessions, we're going to have some space in which the speakers are going to be addressing all of your questions. So I just want to make sure that you know that we're going to get to them. Okay. Thanks a lot for joining us and for participating in our first edition of RBS Talks. I'm going to be bringing the first team of speakers, which are going to be discussing mental well-being at work.
Thank you, Andres. Dear audience, well-being enthusiasts, good afternoon. Welcome to first event of RBS Talks. This is Anil Bentley speaking. Today, me and my friend Jan will make brief but to the point presentation about well-being at work as part of our workshop. And as Andres mentioned, following sessions are about self-management tips, meditation, and chair yoga at work. Before going into details of these huge concepts, I want to thank you on behalf of Rotterdam Business School for joining our session. And let me add that it is an honor for us to be on the stage at the first event of RBS Talks, and I hope I will follow it as an audience after graduation, because we will be delivering great contents in twice a year. And we are conducting this organization with the partnership with Frenio, as Andreas mentioned. I just want to add, Andreas wrote a great book, The Calm Professional. And I want to thank you, Marcel. He is also with us. for selection of this topic and for his support. Let's start the engines. As mental well-being is so broad theme, we will cover it step by step. Please feel free to use chat box for your questions or comments. And let me share what we have for you today. We will start with the definition of mental well-being, underlining its importance and consequences, possible consequences when it is neglected. After this short theoretical part, we came where you can gain practical knowledge about how to design or establish or contribute your own program at your work in 9 steps. Jan, my friend, will illustrate it in an example model composed of solid and robust pillars, and he will go into details of those pillars in 3 pillars model. Tips to handle possible challenges and methods to measure success will be our last steps. Let's start with a question. What is mental well-being to you? Really, please share us with the by using chat box. I want to see your definitions, your thoughts about these concepts. For us, we want to use a lean definition, lean description. Mental health and well-being describes our mental state, which means that how we are feeling, how well we can cope with the day-to-day life situations. That is general frame of mental well-being. As you may notice, one component in this definition requires attention, which is mental state. When you ask yourself about how you feel, and if you feel self-confident, or if you feel in a mood to cope with variety of emotions, or you can feel that you can socialize in a healthy way, congratulations, you have a good mood, and it refers that your mental state is in a positive well-being status. Since mental well-being touching every aspect of life, it can be characterized through many dimensions. You can see your mental well-being through your emotions or your physical conditions or social dimensions. But in this workshop, we will cover it within workplace, and our focus will be workplace well-being. As you know, there are 2 roles in workplace environment, one of which is employees. And it is important, the concept well-being is important for employees because through our research, we noticed that 64% of them, 64% of employees are reported as frequently stressed at work. We can understand that working can be stressful time to time, but the problem is the percentage of the ones who had a burnout issue, which is a result of chronic stress. 77% of the employees stated that they had a burnout problem in their last 3 years of their working experience. That is so high number that companies should consider this is a situation they should consider as bells are ringing for working conditions. Our new talents, millennials, are facing the same problem as well. 84% of them declared that they had the same issue in their young careers. And let's see from the other side of the table and see it from the perspective of employers. Let me share numbers from a research conducted by Deloitte. 40% of employees working more than 50 hours per week, which is above the average, stated that they do not have any burnout prevention program at their companies. Although majority of them prefer having a mental support service only just only 21% of them has current programs at their company. As you may notice, stress and burnout are two main red flags to identify level of well-being at workplace. And our three-step model is targeting to prevent it, but we will come that part later on at Jan's part. And therefore, you can see many consequences when you neglect well-being at work. Low productivity among employees, rising amount of absenteeism, high employee turnover can easily monitored. Of course, it has a financial aspect too, because rise in healthcare and hiring costs are other results that you can monitor if you are not handling well-being at work in a healthy way. So what can be done? How to improve mental well-being at workplace? Our advice is designing your own program with proper pillars or activities, such as psychological counseling, or it might be sports activities or health food options at work. It's up to your company's culture. But you may ask how and where to start. Well, we will share a framework that you can easily tailor for your organization step by step. And by following these steps, you can increase the maturity level of your practices, or you can easily start building your own program in a few steps. In the first step, you should identify why you need this kind of program and why it fits to your organization. Look for indicators of chronic stress and burnout issues, or high level of employee turnover or absenteeism, and evaluate those results, whether it's common or whether those are ongoing matters in your organization. If your response is yes, now you have built your case to start your own program. Secondly, please note the key influencers that they have willingness to make a change over the organization. Ask them their commitment. And I see a question, where are these numbers coming from? These numbers are coming from Deloitte's mental well-being research conducted in 2016. As far as I remember, you can check it out from their website. Let's go back to second step. Once you build your case, please note the key influencers that they want to help you, and ask them their commitment. It might be a role in steering committee, or it might be a role as a program leadership or pillar leadership or volunteer roles. Please try to gain support in your organization as much as you can get. Thirdly, identify your resource needs in terms of budget, in terms of time, or interest level of employees at the same time. And in the next step, if you have a current program, consider that part diligently and try to note what can be done better, what to keep as working, what to take it out. And following step will be benchmark. Please compare best practices with your current practices. And you can consider other organizations or other industries or national standards as a reference to make your comparison. Use them and try to look for the perfect fit that can you put into your draft program. Note that. Make necessary change to reach first draft of the program. I mean, take out non-working parts and replace it with better and suitable pillars. And don't forget that you are still on the design phase of your program. Before going into launching phase of the program, let me share an interesting note about how a minor change makes a great impact on your organization. It's a funny story, actually. You can see the problem, solution, and the results at the same time. One of the leading insurance companies in Turkey, operating in Turkey, asked their employees, what are the biggest challenges that they are facing during working at home are? Results indicated that people are not feeling comfortable. And after several interviews, they noticed that the chairs and the desks are not suitable for working. And as a solution, they sent them a new chairs as a gift. And they monitored positive results on productivity and active time on digital working spaces. And you see the problem, you see a solution, you see the impact. Please mind the gaps that can be filled easily with a human-centric touch. I see some comments on chat box. Can we receive the PowerPoint of the sheets? Yes, you can have a handout that you can reach through the link that we will be sharing. Next step will be focus before launching your program. After drafting your first version of the program, identify the focus of the program, whether it's aiming to reduce stress or to prevent burnout or the increased vitality. It's up to needs of your organization. And please note the point where you want to achieve with launching your program. And as a classical step in organizations, you present it to your senior management and you got approval. At least we assume that you will have approval from your senior management and you launched your program. After start, do not forget to support your program with external assessments and collaborations with third-party services. Or you can conduct this kind of assessment within your organization with different teams. For example, you can ask your internal audit team, or you can establish a focus group that you can get feedback at the early stage of the program. Because it will be better and easier and cheaper to make adjustment at the early stage of the program. Do not forget to monitor results at a proper time period. Make an evaluation based on comparing what you have imagined and what you have reached. Try to analyze the gaps by checking the feedbacks. And it might be about the pillars, it might be about the content, it might be about the schedule of your program, or it might be the organization of the program. And if you want a quick tip, start with checking participation and interest level of your employees. This will be the feedback that matters the most. After covering how and what you can do about your program, now I'm giving floor to my friend Jan. He will be speaking about our tree model as an example. Jan?
Thank you, Anil. I hope everyone is enjoying the workshop so far. So like Anil said, now that you guys know the steps required to build a well-being workshop, it's time to design the program itself. Based on our research and the interviews we conducted with HR managers around the world, we recommend designing a program with 3 pillars, which Anil touched on earlier. The 3 pillars are psychological counseling, mindfulness workshops, and physical activity. So let's start with psychological counseling. Employees should be given the opportunity to visit and talk to a qualified counselor or psychologist And what is important is that the employees feel safe during these sessions. They should feel that they can speak freely without any repercussions. However, when implementing psychological counseling, there are some issues to consider. Mainly, as I said earlier, it's privacy. The privacy of your employees is extremely important, as they may be talking about sensitive issues. Another issue is the reachability and willingness of employees to participate in psychological counseling. What we noticed is that counseling is a taboo in many societies. So cultivating an environment where the thought of counseling is normalized is important. Finally, the support from upper management of the company in implementing and facilitating an accepting culture within the organization is also important. The benefits of psychological counseling come in three parts. It reduces workplace-related stress. It can help overcome and manage personal issues of the employees. And it improves communication and interpersonal skills. Psychological counseling will not only help your employees perform better at the workplace, but it will help them improve their overall lives. You can easily implement psychological counseling in your own offices. It can be done through having an in-house counselor, a counselor at your offices all year round. You can have an affiliate with a visiting counselor who comes in maybe once a week, once a month to check up on your employees. Or you can have a counselor on retainer where any of your employees who require assistance can feel free to visit them at any point in time. The second pillar is mindfulness workshops. Mindfulness workshops take a mind-body approach and can help individuals manage their thoughts, can help individuals manage their thoughts, feelings, and overall health and mental well-being. As you know, in today's age, we have so much information getting thrown at us. We have so many distractions on a daily basis. So mindfulness workshops can help provide a counterbalance to this, and it can help your employees feel more calm and collected. It also helps facilitate creativity. And through activities that promote divergent thinking, employees will be motivated to grow and innovate. Mindfulness workshops also enhance cognitive abilities, allowing employees to be productive and more efficient. They can also help promote and build positive team dynamics, especially if these workshops are given in a group setting. The benefits of having a mindfulness workshop, again, are that they facilitate creativity. It motivates employees to grow and innovate, and they can help prevent employee burnout. Which is, burnout affects both the employees as well as the company. So we want to avoid that at all costs. An example I can give you is that when we were conducting interviews, we conducted an interview with an HR manager from one of the biggest hotel chains in Sri Lanka. And she told us a story about how many lower level employees, I'm talking about waiters and maybe housekeeping staff, have worked their way to the corporate offices. And that's all thanks to the workshops that they have given, and allowing the employees to feel more confident and to have belief in themselves that they can do better. So this is something you can implement just to help the overall growth of your company and employees. You can implement mindfulness workshops by doing such activities such as yoga, which we'll go through later on. We'll have a workshop. My colleagues will give you a workshop on chair yoga. You can also have meditation sessions, as well as promote programs of healthy eating. These are all relatively low-cost programs that can be easily implemented in your offices. The final component is physical activity. Physical activity has been proved to reduce fatigue and reinforce cognitive abilities, and it has significant impact on productivity of employees. It is accessible to all. It's not requested by only men or women. Everyone wants some sort of physical activity. It can not only have a positive effect individually, but it can also have collective benefits. You can develop team synergy through collaboration and collaborative activities. And surveys conducted show that close to 50% of the respondents mentioned that morale and productivity can be improved by offering team building physical activities at the workplace. The benefits, again, it reduces fatigue, it reinforces cognitive abilities, and of course, it improves productivity. You can implement such a program. You can provide gym memberships to your employees. You can host employee sports days, or you can just simply have some team building exercises, maybe once, twice a week, just to keep all your employees active and working together. And I know saying this is always easy, implement this, implement that, but I know you guys are all thinking it's not easy to do it at the workplace, and we get that. And that's when we come to the challenges and ways we can overcome them. During our interviews, we noticed that HR managers always talk about the challenges they face. So let me ask you guys, have you guys ever experienced any challenges when it comes to implementing maybe a mental well-being program or any kind of program at your offices? I'll just give you guys a couple of seconds to reply. No? Okay, anyway, I'll come back to that. Through our interviews, one of the issues we found was that managers do not take mental well-being very seriously. So in order to beat this or to get over this, you need to try to integrate it into your recruiting process for managerial positions. There we go. Sorry, mainly management is unwilling. Exactly. One of the reasons they're unwilling is because I don't think they understand how serious it is. So you can also search for lighthouse managers. So these are managers who are willing to conduct mental well-being training and share the importance of mental well-being with their teams. You can do surveys and look for happiness factors within your employees, and try to to fulfill these to fulfill whatever they want. And also one main thing you can do is try to make it a C-level topic in your company so that you can get your CEO's buy-in. That'll go a long way. Another issue that we found is that mental well-being is considered a taboo, as I mentioned earlier, in many parts of the world. And in order to get over this, unfortunately, slow and long-term cultural change is required within the company, but it's never too early to start on this. You can make sure that there is an anonymous hotline for your employees to contact so that they remain anonymous and their privacy is protected. You can make activities fun and interesting so that more of them join in, and you can engage in online sharing to try and normalize the topic. We have one more comment. Management doesn't see the link between vitality and increased profit. Yes, perfect. We will touch on that as well. But before we get to that, let's talk about budgeting. Leadership is not, if the leadership is not willing to support your ideas, budget is always going to be an issue. So that's where you should show some figures. Show management the relationship between mental well-being and factors such as stress and burnout, absenteeism, low productivity, bad customer feedback. Show the leadership how bad mental well-being is affecting the company's bottom line. So to answer Amma, they don't see the link, so you just have to show them numbers. Just show them proof of how it is helping. And of course, you should start small. Start with a simple workshop or activity and just keep building on its success. And And another challenge is that mental well-being is never prioritized in companies. And again, with this, as mentioned before, you just need to show the company how much negative or bad mental well-being among your employees is costing the company. You can share what successful companies are doing, show programs run by your partners or competitors that are having success. The reason that mental well-being is not prioritized is because management doesn't feel it's cost effective. So relation to the return on an investment they would make and other financial figures will always go a long way. I feel bad saying this, but in most companies, they want to make money. So you just have to show the leadership, the bottom line, and how your bottom line is being affected by your employees having low mental well-being or bad mental health. Another challenge could be that the programs that you guys do have in place is not meeting your employees' needs. So in order to get over this, conduct surveys, talk to your employees, make sure that you know exactly what they want out of these workshops. Ask and engage employees to understand what's going on with them, how they're doing, what they need, and understand where the real company gaps exist so that programs can be tailored just to fill these gaps. And we all want whatever we do, any programs that we implement, to be successful. So how can we measure the success of any of these workshops? Success can be measured on 3 levels: promotion, protection, and support. In promotion, you want employees to be aware of their own well-being. Thus, it is important to choose the right communication channels to reach them. So a goal in promotion could be to promote positive mental health and the importance of mental well-being. An action you can take is to promote it through events, workshops, and regular updates throughout the company. And the measurement of this can be through the feedback you get from your employees. You can conduct surveys after the workshops, and you can see the number of participants who come to these, if it's going up based on each workshop you have. Then we have protection. You want employees to feel protected. If not, many of them may not come forward with problems they have. So it may be better for you to have a systematic approach on how to identify and address the risk. So a goal could be addressing the risk of burnout. The actions could be consider and pay special attention to any employees that may be showing signs or signs that may be showing signs of burnout, or maybe at a risk of having depression or an anxiety attack. And a measurement of the success could be just to view and to observe the improvement of the employee's mental well-being. Finally, when it comes to support, you want to support your employees to the fullest. So you want to focus on how you can provide them with the support. The goal could be combating the stigma of mental well-being and mental health. Actions to do this could be inviting individuals to share their experiences of issues they've had and how they were affected both personally as well as professionally. This way, giving 2 perspectives can give the management as well as the employee an example of how keeping this all in can affect them. And a measurement could be, you can define the key needs of both the management as well as the employee for them to have better mental health and well-being. And you need to aim to fulfill all of these needs. That is what we have for you today. We want you to go out and improve your employees' mental well-being. Thank you very much for your time. And if you guys have any more questions, we will answer them now. Could you just clarify your comment? It's also the case in a nonprofit organization. I don't quite understand your comment.
Yeah, since they have limited budget, they may not able to conduct their program in well and structured way. Maybe Bets is talking about that level of maturity.
True. So you can always start small. You don't always have to have a complicated program. You can start with small activities that you don't actually have to pay anything for, and then depending on the success of it, you can build on from there.
Yeah, you may not build an highly comprehensive and holistic activities in a program, but maybe starting small, as you mentioned, will be one solution. And why you are doing this kind of activities is the first step. If there are so many stressed people, or chronic stress is common problem, you cannot solve it by establishing a mental well-being program. It will be just an ease of the solution. It will be just one part of the solution, but the problem might be something causing from the culture of the organization. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
And you work at a university as well?
Now it's clear, but maybe you can underline what your mental well-being program is aiming to achieve. For example, in our design, we try to design a program, an example three-pillar model to prevent burnout issues. That is the one reason that we focus on. If you want to have any vibrant corporate culture, maybe it will be wise to use other kind of activities, because the aim is the aim can be different per each organization. And thank you for your contribution. We'll be very glad to answer it.
I guess that's Thank you very much. We're glad we can help. And if there are no more questions, again, I would like to thank you for your time. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the workshops.
Thank you so much, Anil and Jan, for sharing this extremely valuable information to us. What would it mean if you could have better mental well-being within your organization? What would that do to the productivity, to the overall culture of your organization? Will it significantly improve it? According to the research that they found, that is the case. So it is a very important topic to understand, and some of the guidelines that they've given onto how to implement such a program is definitely something that we think you will find valuable. Just want to make a reminder that if you didn't get to sign up through Eventbrite, you can still get access to the handouts in which all of this information has been summarized by the speakers and their teams. So you can actually take that to your organization and use it as a starting point to start implementing some of these concepts that we've showcased today. Thanks a lot for staying tuned. We're going to be kicking off the second session of the day, which is self-management for vitality in the workplace. Now, self-management comes from the concepts and the methodology of emotional intelligence. And Sandra Ansa is going to be talking through these concepts and explaining to us how can you self-manage yourself, essentially to communicate better and to also foster a better culture within your workspace. So I'm going to be bringing Sandra up, and she's going to be carrying on the keynote. Thanks a lot for staying tuned in. And remember that we still have another keynote after this one. I would like you to stay through the end. And remember that you can ask as many questions as you like on the chat box on YouTube, and we'll come back to them towards the end of the presentation.
Hello, invited guests, RBS faculty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow students. Thank you for accepting our invitation to take part in this workshop. We ask that you sit back and relax and engage with us on your thoughts in the chat box when we're done, and ask any questions you want. We are the Power NL team, and the team is made up of Magdalene Buedu, Makidu Fevre, Sheikh Fedos, Yefta Otnil, and my name is Sandra Araba Ansa. We had only started settling down with a new phase of work. We were barely understanding that the juggling act of a fast-paced life, demanding family life, and social life leaves very little time to breathe. At work, we live a target-driven life. We're monitoring and being monitored, which creates a constant feeling of unease and worry every day. We're regularly under pressure to improve effectiveness, efficiency, and other markets on that path to the bottom line. Then there are also those social interactions at work that keep us unnecessarily edgy. In order to rest, we needed to steal time to get away to plan so that we may be rejuvenated. In fact, not too long ago, the WHO called stress the health epidemic of the 21st century. Since our working lives make up a significant part of the time we spend on Earth, it's always been essential to incorporate vitality in our work. Oh, but this year we've been hit with a far more deadly disease spread, the COVID-19 pandemic, and we've moved into what is known as the new normal of heightened stress and fear. The need for vitality in the workplace is therefore even greater. We're told that 80% of the global workforce, that's 3.3 billion people, suffer a fall in vitality in the workplace due to COVID-19 alone. But before we dive into what we have for you, let's do a short quiz intro. We would ask you a few questions, and we ask that you answer them by typing into the comment section of your screen. Our first question is, this training would be facilitated by experts in well-being, psychology, or emotional intelligence. True or false? Would really appreciate your typing in your answer of whether it's true or false in the comment section now. The training is being facilitated by experts in well-being, psychology, emotional intelligence. True or false? I see we have a couple of answers coming in. A few saying false, others saying true. Fantastic. I think the majority of people are saying false. Well, the correct answer is false. We are not experts yet. We are master of consultancy and entrepreneurship candidates who vehemently believe that of all the skills that our studies have covered in business school, emotional intelligence is the one skill that ensures vitality in the workplace. And then our second question. What is often missing in corporate organizations trying to encourage vitality in the workplace? Is it that they forget about exercise or emotional intelligence or team bonding and chill out nights? Would really appreciate your answers now. Few people saying emotional intelligence, that's B. Others saying they forget about team bonding and chill out nights. Someone is saying they forget all of it. Exercise, emotional intelligence, and team bonding. Yes. So there's a couple of people saying all of the above. Thank you. Thank you. Indeed, from research, it appears that they do forget about B, the emotional intelligence. But in truth, vitality is 360 degrees. It's the work, it's rest, it's nutrition, it's exercise, it's also about having fun. And an adequate amount of emotional intelligence to handle situations is also important. And we're spending more time worrying about the other facets when we forget that emotional intelligence actually brings all of it to fruition. Shall we go on to our third question? We would like to know from you which of these teams in a financial service would need emotional intelligence. Is it the finance team? Is it strategic planning? Is it research and development? Or is it none of the above? Please let us know your answers. To question 3 about the teams that need emotional intelligence. I just saw a C coming in saying research and development needs emotional intelligence. Okay. And someone is saying finance does. Another is saying that all of them do. Strategic planning. A, B, and C, finance, strategic planning, research, and development. Great. Fantastic. More people saying all of them do. Thank you very much. And in truth, every team or department does need emotional intelligence. Whether it's change management or customer care or managing human resources or controlling finance or strategizing, whichever team you work in needs emotional intelligence because the work cannot be completed without ample doses of emotional intelligence among the staff. Then we'll go on to our next question. We'd like to learn from you. By the end of this session, what do you expect to have? So we are saying you're saying by the end of the session, I expect to have, is it A, an understanding of vitality in the workplace, or tips for improving work vitality, or an idea of who is not emotionally intelligent, or your lunch or snack, and get on with your work? Please let us know your answers. B and D. There's someone who is looking for tips and also looking forward to lunch. And D. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you. It's fantastic. It's good to know what your objectives are. Well, in this session, our objective is to remind you that you can reach your goal of vitality in the workplace using a very simple tool. And thank you so much for taking part in our quiz. We have prepared this presentation as a treat for you, and therefore here are the different portions we'll be serving you. We'll be speaking about the concern, the current treatment, our offer to you, our focus, the techniques, and a few takeaways. What is vitality in the workplace? We're told that it's a holistic concept to which organizations can aspire. It's a feeling of comfort and contentment in the workplace, and it includes the life and culture of the people and the spirit and energy of its people. It's also about the power to live, the power to grow, to develop, and to sustain success. But unfortunately, despite the efforts that organizations put into vitality in the workplace, 80% of us still feel stressed at work. And 69% of us have reported that the COVID pandemic is the most stressful time in their career. But one would wonder that how does vitality in the workplace affect the bottom line? Why should it be important in an organization? First of all, we found that it improves productivity. It also engenders job satisfaction and therefore reduces staff retention. It reduces the problem of not being able to retain staff, which is a major headache for HRM. And then remember that vitality is life and health and peace. Our society has seen the new face of work, and yes, it includes higher earnings, a heavier workload, feelings of job insecurity, and long working hours. At the moment, vitality in the workplace is at an all-time low, and our stress is becoming far more than we can bear. In order to propose a path to vitality in the workplace, we have pondered over what the matter is. We've asked the poignant question, what is the problem? To a number of HR professionals, especially in management positions. We've also searched in workplace reports by consultancy firms. And we've dived into all the data, all the responses to find out why. Why are the problems of vitality falling or sometimes going missing altogether in our workplaces? And then our team identified what could be the statement of the problem. We found that we have lost sight of the fact that emotional intelligence is an easy available means of achieving vitality in the workplace. And in our workplaces, we are treating the problem with different programs. We have different programs and they have varying measures of effectiveness. They're mainly focused on physical well-being and may be loosely categorized as those that are into team bonding, exercising, healthy diet plans, and sporting activities. But we also spend some time analyzing how vitality is essential in our workplaces in terms of what is known as the ICE framework. We wanted to find out whether it's impactful, whether it bears a high degree of confidence, and that whatever program we have in mind for you must also be easy and apply and sustain. Then we also thought of it in terms of the clap mindset, that we need to consider that the right solution must build the user to be more creative, to be open to learning, to be more adaptable, and to persistent in these times. Therefore, we offer you a dose of emotional intelligence. This solution is a perfect addition to existing treatments in the workplace, especially in the new phase of work. Emotional intelligence accepts the pressure, the stress, and constant change of the average workplace. And with globalization, emotional intelligence is more significant because teams are cross-cultural, they have varied expressions of their emotions, they are global, and there are complex interactions in our workplaces. So what then is emotional intelligence? It's a set of skills that contribute to the true expression and appraisal of emotion. It's also the effective regulation of one's emotions in order to motivate, to plan, and to achieve goals in life. And the use of emotional intelligence skills help in listening, in receiving feedback, in increasing empathy among our colleagues, and also in resolving conflicts. And an emotionally intelligent leader knows that he or she sets the tone for the emotional intelligence use in the workplace. The good news is that emotional intelligence can be improved. It is learnable and it fuels better effectiveness. Many leaders have touted the importance of emotional intelligence, and one of such says that it is the sine qua non of success at work, that that's something we cannot do without. Studies in the area of emotional intelligence have categorized the skill into 4 main areas. The first 2 are about personal competencies, and the other 2 are about social competencies. They inform our ability to be aware of our emotions and to manage our behavior. That's what the self-competencies do. And the social competencies help our interactions with other people and the maintenance of essential relationships in our lives. And then academia has, for decades, researched this field. And the wealth of information, the wealth of research all suggests that emotional intelligence is an essential skill that is worthy of improvement. Among the 4 skill areas of emotional intelligence, we have chosen to throw light on self-management. Why do we focus on this area? It's because self-management is about using awareness of our emotions to actively choose what to say and do. And I'll look into how to build emotional intelligence in the workplace, or how to build vitality in the workplace, brought us to using these blocks of self-management. Therefore, we realize that self-management is essential for vitality in the workplace because it's about understanding how we think and act. It's also a precursor for increasing learning. It develops meaningful relationships and it builds upon self-awareness, another core skill area. Although there are many learnings available, we have chosen 5 practical, easy to remember at your fingertips techniques for teams such as yours that keep today's wheels of commerce turning and are actively preparing for the future of business. These are mainly from Bradley and Greaves' Emotional Intelligence 2.0 of 2009. The first of these skills is focusing attention on freedom rather than limitations. Often, we cannot change a situation or even the parties involved, but that does not mean that we need to give up. And likened to Stephen Covey's circles of influence and concern, in these situations, we need to concentrate on the circle of influence where we have control and where we can get things done, rather than on our circle of concern that we have little or no control over. We have to focus on those that we can control so that our energy and our time will not be wasted. And studies show that the more time we focus on a certain circle, the larger it becomes. We grow in our influence over other people, over our circumstances, when we spend more time concentrating on the circle of influence. In the same way, when we concentrate on things we cannot control, the things beyond our reach, we increase that circle as well. And we become far more helpless, far more unable to control situations in our lives. And we realize that we actually have a choice as to which kind of circles to focus our attention on. When we focus on restrictions rather than our freedom, when we focus on limitations rather than our freedom, we tend to be demoralized and stressed, and it brings feelings of sadness or negative feelings to the surface, and these underline our helplessness. I'm sure that you all remember the saying, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, but I do and I understand. For that reason, the power team has a short exercise to go through with you. Let's consider where these occurrences in our lives may fit. For each one of them, could you let us know whether they fit in your circle of influence, the inner circle that you can control, or the circle of concern, that outer circle of a lot of factors that you do not necessarily have power to control? And we'll be happy if you put your answers in the chat to let us know which areas such factors as what others think of you would fit, where your health would fit, family, death, the economy, what you eat, Brexit, efficiency at work, your dreams. Do they fit in your circle of influence or concern? I'm seeing that Brexit is in someone's circle of concern. Okay, you do not have control over it. You'd rather not spend your time and energy because it may be wasted. Okay. Same person is also saying my personal finance is in the circle of influence. You have more control over it. The more time you spend on it, the greater power you have over it. Great. Today's weather. Fantastic. Also concern. Okay. Great. No control over the weather. The more time you spend on it, the less you have for other things. Then the second of these easy skills we have at hand for you today is taking control of self-talk and visualizing success. Studies show that the average person has about 50,000 thoughts every day. And each of these thoughts come with chemical reactions that have a physical effect on your body. Now, when we visualize ourselves managing our emotions, we're able to manage more effectively when we are in stressful situations. For example, we might want to do our visualizing in a room that's free of distractions in order to plan perhaps how we would manage a certain upcoming situation. And it also helps to speak positively to ourselves about things that are going on in our lives or things that are difficult. And these help us to manage better. And by incorporating these in challenging situations when they surface, we realize that we were able to manage a lot better and to make a success of it. And visualizing ourselves, managing our emotions and behavior effectively is a great way to practice new skills and make them habits. By doing it regularly, they become habits that we can use in the middle of the situation. Let us watch how our negative self-talk, conversely, can affect our mood and impression on people.
Why did it all turn out like this for me? I had so much promise. I was personable. I was bright. Oh, maybe not academically speaking, but I was perceptive. I always know when someone's uncomfortable at a party. It all became very clear to me sitting out there today that every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been wrong. My life is the complete opposite of everything I want it to be. Every instinct I have in every aspect of life, be it something to wear, something to eat, it's all been wrong.
George, you know that woman just looked at you.
So what? What am I supposed to do?
Go talk to her.
Elaine, bald men with no jobs and no money who live with their parents don't approach strange women. Well, excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that you were looking in my direction.
Oh, yes, I was. You just ordered the same exact lunch as me.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
I'm Victoria, huh?
As we saw from that movie, the gentleman's negative self-talk pervaded everything he was doing, his conversation with his friend, and even his introduction of himself to a new person who was a potential new girlfriend, perhaps. The third skill we have in mind for you is creating an emotion versus reasons list. Now, we may not always realize it, but there are many times when we allow our emotions to sway us in one direction while our rational mind is also calling us in the next direction. And whenever we find ourselves fighting this battle of the minds, it's time to make a list. And this is a habit that is worth incorporating. Take, for example, this use of this kind of technique when you've just walked out of a very stressful, very difficult meeting with superiors and colleagues. Instead of allowing your emotions to run you the rest of the day and the week and how the rest of the project will go, you can make a list on which you decide that your emotion tells you that, tell my boss he's wrong, but your reason tells you to explain to my boss what I think could work. On the other hand, your emotion says, avoid Peter and Jane, they're such a pain. But your reason may be telling you to calm down, especially with Peter and Jane, and discuss what is needed. Please remember that the use of this skill is absolutely essential in making that difference. Let us watch in our interactive movie how this employee chooses reason over emotion right on his feet.
What are you doing on my machine? We had a rush on. So what? Sales promised the customer would ship today. I didn't know how long it'd be. This guy, you go to lunch and now he's trying to do my job. Hey, you can always stop going to lunch. As if that would happen. Stay out of it. What? You missed all the fun? If that's your idea of fun. This guy, you're slow, you're spineless, and you couldn't do my job in your dream. Listen, no matter who does what, we have to get these rush orders done. If we don't get them done, customers won't have them. We need the customers. We need the business. Come on, man. Listen. How about you help me finish this? I'm having some trouble with it anyway. What do you say?
As we saw in that video, that was a very responsible young man who quickly made that decision of whether to go with his emotions or to go with reason, and made an issue that could have gone wrong go very well. Our fourth skill that we have on offer is accepting that change is just around the corner. Since we cannot foresee every change and every obstacle that life throws in our path, the key to living through the change successfully is our perspective before the change comes about. And even the most stable or trusted phases of our lives can go wrong, can go differently from what we expect. For changes such as that brought on by the COVID-19 that are outside of our circle of influence, they fall within our circle of concern, we must build a mindset that prevents us from getting bogged down. An advice method is to create a list of important things that could happen as a means of anticipating them. And studies show that by doing this, we are better prepared when they arrive, because that element of surprise of that negative thing happening is lost. So if you're anticipating that from the way things are going, it might be difficult to get a job within the next few months, and you start making plans, you start doubling your speed at applications or at networking. That is a plan that helps you to meet the change when it comes and be ready for that change. For example, this is one change that we certainly did not see coming. In the past, a wedding was a time when all our loved ones surrounded us while we got married to the one person we love the most. But now weddings have become a little more private because of the COVID-19. Our loved ones are at home or at work and watch us on screens while we privately get married to. We privately tie the knots with the one we love. But anticipation of changes like that can help us to prepare and be better set for them. The fifth of our techniques is learning valuable lessons from everyone encountered. We are told that we need to embrace opportunities to learn something new. And whether we're learning from other people's feedback or just from how they're behaving, this attitude of learning from everyone is key to our keeping in control. Let's watch how ignoring feedback from a friend
Wake up to the
started a distracting
sound of kids screaming. Explosions everywhere. Never know when your number's up. Oof, Vietnam, huh? Grenada, man.
Grenada? Wasn't that like 12 hours long?
You see that?
See what?
That guy just gave me a look.
Exactly? He didn't give you a look.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I heard him mutter some kind of anti-Semitic remark.
Oh, are you Jewish?
I could be, but no. Half Irish, half Italian, half Mexican. Let's go over there and give those guys some source.
Well, the guy on the left is blind, Chuck.
I hear you. He's yours.
No, that's not what I was trying to say.
Hey, what's the matter? You got something against guys with hair? What's going on?
Please tell us which word or phrase describes what you think about this session. of 5 quick techniques for self-management. Has it been insightful? Can't wait to share, can't wait to practice emotionally intelligence. Please let us know. We have some feedback about what the lessons mean for you. Can't wait to share. Thank you. Very insightful as well. Thank you. Insightful. Thank you. More insightful. More insightful. Thank you too. We're happy to know that these 5 techniques have been useful to you. And in this session, that has been our aim, to make you realize that self-management is easy, it's available, and it's at your fingertips. Thank you so much for your attention. And we're looking forward to questions from you, that we may have a short discussion. Someone was asking whether you can have the information, the access to the handouts. Yes, please, you would have access to the handouts. Emotionally intelligent. Thank you. Thank you too. Please, we have any questions? There's a question about this will return our vitality if we practice the 5 techniques I understand. I don't know, you mean, will they return your vitality? Yes, it would. We're encouraging you that emotional intelligence, and especially self-management, is a means of adding to whatever other form of vitality program already exists in your workplace. Whether there's regular exercising, whether you've been advised to eat better, or whether there are team bonding sessions, we're stressing that emotional intelligence is that binding force, is that ultimate addition that makes it worthwhile. So yes, it would return vitality to you if for some reason it's been lost. I hope this adequately answers your question. If there aren't any quick questions, I have one for you. Could you let us know which technique you feel is the easiest to adopt for yourself in your workplace and why? If you just give us a quick answer, which one is easiest of the 5 that we shared with you? Of the 5 that we shared with you, could you let us know which ones are easiest for you? I want to pick on the screen. I want to pick on the screen. Of the 5 techniques that we've shared, which one would be easiest for you to adopt in your workplace? Oh, someone has said making emotional list versus reasoning. Fantastic. That would be easiest for you to adopt. Great. Are there any more of the easiest to adopt in your workplace? Self-talk. Great. Great. So emotions versus reason and self-talk. Are there any other easy ones? And then how about which ones will be tricky? Which ones will be difficult or funny or tricky to use in your current workplace or in your current situation to maintain vitality? Lessons from everyone supports corporate culture, so it will be easy for you to adopt. Thank you. Thank you, sir. It depends on the situation. Fantastic. Our audience, you have been amazing. We truly appreciate your participating in all of our quiz, our questions and answer session, all of it. We appreciate your time and we trust that this interaction with you has been useful and that you'll be able to take these 5 techniques with you and use them as and when you need them. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for that outstanding presentation. There were a lot of insights and great points that personally I was able to take away. So I'm sure it will be the same for the audience. Could you please just respond to the question we have right now in the screen? Are people born with emotional intelligence? And then we'll close up the topic.
Well, first of all, like we said in the beginning, we are not experts. So as to whether there is scientific evidence to show whether people were born with emotional intelligence or not, we have not yet identified. But what our readings and our studies from this taught us is that whether you are emotionally intelligent naturally or not, it's a skill that can be learned. Unlike perhaps IQ, that people come with a high or low, and you find out well early in their years. Emotional intelligence, no matter how low you have it, depending on how you build upon it, what techniques you use, and who mentors you, and how long you stay with the trial, you can improve it easily. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that question, Sandra. Again, outstanding presentation, and we will be moving on with the rest of our program. Self-management and emotional intelligence. How important that is that in our daily lives? What would it mean if we could manage ourselves better? What kind of impact will that have in our workplace? Very interesting presentation from our keynote speaker number 2, Sandra. We're going to be moving on with the rest of our program, transitioning to our very final keynote of the day. That would also put an end to our first edition of RBS Talks. Remember, discussing vitality in the workplace. For this keynote, we're going to be learning about shared yoga and mindfulness. And Ebru Iskan, which I know that is a certified yoga trainer, will be carrying out this particular session. So I'm very much looking forward to the new techniques that we're going to learn within shared yoga and how we can implement this in our daily lives and live a more fruitful life through this technique.
Hello there. Let's think about this. How many of you were stressed last week? How many of you are stressed right now? Are you not tired of being tired? Sometimes seems to be too much to handle. Long online hours, working from home stress, financial responsibilities. And this could lead us suffer from back pain, neck pain, stress, insomnia, lack of vitality, anxiety, and at the end, a burnout. But we have the solution. You need your vitality back, and clarity can balance your world. Yoga can solve your problems. Here's how it works. While chair yoga is your first step, you need to follow these simple tips. Remember to make a pause. breathe, and stretch. Get ready to experience a major change. Practices wellness as a lifestyle will give you back your vitality. Contact us today or search for us in the web or in our social platforms. Recover yourself with us. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our session. You watched our introduction video, and now I'm going to make a short presentation to you. As part of Vitality at Workplace, we chose to implement chair yoga because we think yoga can be very beneficial at workplace. Andres briefly introduced me, but let me introduce me a little more. Yes, on top of being a master student at RBS, I'm a yoga instructor as well, and I got my teacher trainings in India twice and once in Mexico. And I've been teaching yoga for 6 years in many different places, including corporates. And I also trained a lot of yoga teachers. Yoga is the union of body, mind, and spirit. It's defined as the cessation of mind in ancient yoga books. Why we chose yoga as part of Vitality program? Because when we think about wellness, well-being, vitality, the first things coming to our minds are stress-free, relaxed mind, healthy, relaxed body, and eventually happiness. Yoga can serve to all main aspects of vitality and well-being because it is very beneficial for many aspects. It helps improve physical and mental health. It teaches to be content, which is key for happiness. And it creates a great connection and harmony with the soul. When it comes to yoga at workplace, I think mostly the office workers, we all need some yoga because we spend long hours on the chair. And now with the home office, we don't even sometimes use a comfortable chair. So that gives us a lot of back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, and also work stress, deadlines, etc. All these things. And of course, Corona has been the reason for a lot of anxiety and stress issues. Can we come back to the presentation? One slide before, please. Yeah. We were still talking about yoga at workplace. So I talked about the pains that we most of us suffer. Yoga helps relieve the pain caused by desk job. It releases fatigue, reduces stress, increases energy. And breathing is a part of yoga exercises, and right breathing promotes oxygenation. Meditation, as another very important part of yoga, calms mind, improves concentration, and frees the mind from distractions. So actually, meditation can be a very good tool at workplace because it helps employees focus. And last but not least, yoga helps teamwork by creating peace of mind and serenity. Everything I've talked and will talk about during this presentation is based on a scientific fact. There's a lot of researches proving the effectiveness of yoga on well-being and resilience to stress and fatigue in the workplace. The National Library of Medicine publishes many studies showing the effects of yoga on well-being. Harvard Medical School, Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine are just one of many schools who publish the evidences of the therapeutical effects of yoga. Why we chose chair yoga? Well, I know chair yoga is not the most known style of yoga. It's initially invented for elderly people and people with certain disabilities, but nowadays it's being commonly used because chair yoga is the modified version of traditional yoga. Basically, almost all traditional yoga poses or moves can be replicated and modified to accommodate chair yoga. It doesn't require any extra preparation or props. So you don't have to carry your mat, you don't have to change your clothes, wear your yoga pants, etc. I know these things can be sometimes burdensome in workplace, but you don't need them for chair yoga. And chair yoga is not so sweaty and anybody can practice it. So we thought implementing chair yoga in workplace can be simple, yet very effective and beneficial. I briefly talked about breathing. It's a very important part of yoga, and yoga teaches us how to breathe correctly. Of course, we all breathe, sorry. But do we know how to breathe properly? Not really. Right breathing reduces anxiety and stress, improves energy and mood, and it minimizes physical and emotional pain. Imagine a moment when you have a sudden pain, a shocking pain, what your body does, like, for example, hitting your toe to the table. The first thing our body does is to shut down for a very, very short moment. And then the first thing our body does is to take a deep breath, because this is the automatic healing process of our body, because taking a deep breath releases the pain. And also right breathing creates peace of mind. There's a lot of interesting facts about breathing. I can actually talk about it for hours, but I just brought a few facts. Stig Severinsen, he's a free diver. He held his breath for 22 minutes during a free dive session. 22 minutes holding the breath. It sounds unbelievable and impossible, but actually that is how powerful the controlled breathing can be. Another fact is that our lungs are the biggest waste removal engine of our body. Almost 70% of total body waste is removed by exhalation. So by knowing right exhalation, right way of exhalation, you can help your body get rid of the toxins easily. Meditation is another very important part of yoga, and it's very beneficial. It's a natural stress stabilizer. It promotes emotional health and well-being, enhances concentration, gives a deep relaxation to body and mind, even better than sleeping, as our mind is still busy during our sleep with all the dreams, etc. So think about it. What is the last time that you stopped thinking of anything, like nothing in your mind? It's very difficult to answer it because our mind keeps being busy constantly in our daily life and also during our sleep. And imagine how tiring it can be for our mind. But meditation gives you the chance to relax your mind, even for 1 second. Even for 1 second, you can get rid of some thoughts that can be very beneficial to relax your mind. So this is the end of my introduction, and our slogan is yoga for everyone and yoga everywhere, because we believe really everybody can do yoga and yoga can be practiced everywhere. And also we believe that one practice is worth thousands of theories. So I would like to invite you to join me for a short 30-minute chair yoga session. And during the session, I won't be able to read the messages, so please keep your questions and your comments for the end of the session. After that, I'll be happy to read and answer your questions. So to start with, I bet all of you are on your chair. So I'm moving my chair. If you have shoes, ideally remove your shoes. That will be more comfortable for you. Sit comfortably and try to make your feet parallel to each other. And feet on the ground. Knees over our ankles. So there's a 90-degree angle. And inhale, lengthen your spine. During your day, please use your inhalation. Please take a deep breath, and this will help you correct your posture, especially when you feel you're slouching. And before we start, I need to give the precautions. If any of you have a current heart condition, or if any of you is pregnant, please avoid the poses where we go for forward bend or where we go for deep twist. Anything which contracts your abdomen, pregnant women and heart patients should avoid. And also for every one of you, if you have a current joint problem, knee injury or back pain, etc., take it easy. When we work around these areas, either don't do the pose or do it gently. I will give precautions during the session, but please watch your body and don't force yourself. Yoga is not about competition. Yoga is not about forcing yourself. So let's slowly start. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. During my presentation, I talked about breathing exercises, so I just want to give you a few examples. Of course, we don't have enough time, but I still want you to practice some of them with me. First thing, our inhalation and exhalation are not equal. One of them is always longer than the other. And the ideal breathing is when inhalation is equal to exhalation. So I would like you to observe your breath first. And to do that, take a deep breath and count your inhalation. And then slowly exhale and count your exhalation. And while doing that, if you close your eyes, that can help you center and observe your breathing. So don't change your breathing pattern. And inhale, count your inhalation. And as you exhale, count your exhalation. Let's do it one more time to really observe. Inhale, count your inhalation. And exhale, count your exhalation. Now let's try to equalize our inhalation and exhalation. So I'm gonna count to 5. And I would like you to inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one more time. You can keep your eyes closed, whichever is more comfortable. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I want to introduce you abdomen breathing. Of course, most of us use our chest for our breathing. But actually, we have a great place in our body, which is our diaphragm, which can increase the capacity of our breath, but we don't usually use it. So let's practice it a little. It's unusual, so at the beginning you may find it difficult, but it just needs practice. Just try it. In order to really understand, put one hand on your belly. Basically, normally when we inhale, we expand our chest, and usually we suck our belly. This time we will do other way around. So while we are inhaling, our belly will be expanding. So we are inflating our belly. And while we are exhaling, we are sucking in our belly. So let's try. Inhale to your belly. Inflate your belly like a balloon. And exhale from your belly, sucking in your belly. Let's do one more time. Inhale to your belly. Exhale from your belly. Now let's move forward. Let's do a full yoga breath. Full yoga breath is when we use both our chest and our abdomen for breathing, which expands the capacity of our body, so we can take more oxygen into our body. So keep one hand on the chest and keep one hand on your belly. First, inhale to your chest, expanding your chest, and then inhale to your belly, expanding your belly. So your torso is like a balloon. And now exhale from your belly and from your chest. One more time. Inhale to your chest, to your belly. Exhale from your belly and from your chest. Let's do one last time. Exaggerate the move. Use your body as a balloon. So inhale to your chest, to your belly. Exhale from your belly and from your chest. Now come back to your normal breathing pattern. And let's start with some warm-up exercises. If you lost the right sitting posture, please take a deep breath and straighten your back. So keep your feet on the floor, but you can slightly lean on the chair if you feel more comfortable like that, but don't slouch. Take a deep breath, straighten your back, and let's start with neck exercises. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Try to touch your chest with your chin. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale one more time, chin to chest. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, chin to chest. Now, keeping your chin on your chest, slowly rotate your head towards your right shoulder. And look back from your right shoulder. Exhale, bring your chin back to the center. Inhale, keeping your chin on your chest, slowly rotate your head towards your left shoulder. Look back from your left shoulder. Exhale, bring your chin back to your chest. Inhale, head up. And as you exhale, keeping your shoulders stable, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Feel the opening on the left side of your neck. And if you want to make it a little more, bring your right hand to your head. Don't push, but give a gentle pressure. Inhale, bring your head back to the center. Exhale, left ear to the left shoulder. If you want more, bring your left hand to your head and gently press. Don't push. Very gently. Inhale, come to center. As you exhale, turn your head to your right shoulder. Don't move your shoulder. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, head towards left. Inhale, come to center. Now let's do a little shoulder warm up. Make big circles with your shoulders backward. And keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, make big circles. Exhale. Inhale, Exhale. Maybe shake your arms, shake your shoulder, relax your neck, relax your shoulder. And now we'll do one more thing. This is spinal warm-up. Hands on the knee, feet 1 foot distance and parallel to each other. Inhale, straighten your back. And as you exhale, keeping your back straight, slowly drop your torso towards your right knee. And slowly rotate your torso to the left. As you're coming up, roll your back, hunch your back, and tuck your chin to your chest. And stay here for a few breaths. It's a very nice warm-up for your spine. And now inhale, push your chest forward and open your chest. Look up. Exhale, roll your back, hunch your back, bring your chin back to your chest. Inhale, sit straight. And one more time, inhale, straighten your back, keeping your back straight. Exhale, drop your torso to the left knee. Slowly rotate your upper body towards right. And as you're coming up, roll your back, bringing your chin to your chest. Take a few deep breaths here and enjoy this moment. And as you inhale, push your chest forward, bring your head up, look up, chest up. Really opening your chest. Exhale, roll your back, bringing your chin back to your chest. Inhale, sit straight. And let's slowly start with some sun salutation modification for chair yoga. Sit comfortably, but always keep your back straight. So you can lean on your chest or you can come a little forward if you are short as me to keep your feet on the floor. So inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your chest. This is prayer pose. And while doing that, keep pushing your hands with each other so that you can create a tension on your arms. Inhale, exhale, and as you inhale, bring your arms up. Really straight arms, really lengthening. And as you exhale, bring your arms down together with your upper body to the forward bend. Neck relax. If you can reach, touch the floor with your hands. If you can't, grab your ankle, grab your calf, wherever is more comfortable for you. But just drop your head and keep your neck relaxed. So now inhale. Bring your head up and chest up, look up. Exhale, come back to forward bend. Inhale, arms up, upper body up. Exhale, prayers. Inhale, arms up. This time, try to lengthen your arms a little more, as if you're picking something from a tree. Actually, you can slowly move here. Feel this opening at the side of your body. Feel the lengthening on your spine. And as you exhale, bring your arms down to forward bend. Neck is relaxed. Drop your head. Now, inhale, bring your chest up, head up. And as you exhale, come back to forward bend. Inhale, bring your arms up together with your upper body. Exhale to prayers. Inhale, relax. Take a few deep breaths. And now I want you to do, if you have knee injury, you may want to avoid this pose. Otherwise, please go ahead with me. Take your right knee, right leg, and bring your right knee towards your chest. If you can't reach all the way here, wherever you reach, it's fine. But just give a little gentle pressure to your calf. So now let's warm up our ankle. Make circles with your right ankle. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Point your toes, flex your toes, point, flex, point, flex. And let's do a little bit of core exercises. Now, extend your leg. You can keep it away from the chair if it's comfortable, but if it's too much for you, you can keep your leg on the chair. And if you want, you can stay here. If you want more, open your arms so that you can really engage your core. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, and now bring your hands, grab your thighs, and with the help of your hands, inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, bring it back down. Let's do that with the left leg. Bring your knee towards your chest. Put a little pressure, but not so much. And if you can't reach all the way here, it's fine. You can stay wherever you can reach. Now, make circles with your left ankle. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Point your toes, flex your toes, point, flex, point, flex. And now extend your left leg. You can stay here or open your arms. Take a deep breath. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. And now grab your left thigh. And with the help of your hands, inhale, lift your left leg. Take a deep breath. And exhale, bring your left leg back down. Now, let's do some twists. As I said at the beginning, pregnant ladies and heart patients should avoid deep twists. So if you are in this condition, just do the side bend, but not the twist. So bring your right arm up and bring your left hand outside of your right leg. So you have a twist. And now inhale, lengthening your arm. As you exhale, come to the side bend towards left. Stay here for a few breaths. Feel the opening on your right side. Inhale, come back up. Maybe relax your shoulders, relax your arms. Now let's do it with other side. Inhale, bring your left arm up and bring your right hand outside of your left leg. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, drop to the right side. Take a deep breath. Inhale, come back. And relax your shoulders, relax your arms, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And now let's work on our pelvis. We will open our pelvis and we will flex our inner leg muscles. So to do that, bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. If this is too much for you, you can just sit cross-legged. But if you want more, bring it on your left knee. So you can stay here, or if you want to have more openness, you can gently press your right knee. Press it down, not so much, not so harsh, because this can hurt your knee. Very gently. And now bring your right elbow on top of your left elbow. Now, turn your right arm around your left arm if you can. If you can't, then just stay wherever you can reach. And try to grab your hand. Inhale, lift your elbows. And as you exhale, with that straight back, slowly come to forward bend. Keep your neck relaxed. This is eagle pose. It's a very nice flexing pose. And inhale, come up. Open your arms, shake your legs, shake your arms. Let's do it with the other side. Bring your left ankle on your right knee. You can stay here, or if you want a little more opening here, gently press your left knee. Now bring your left elbow on top of your right elbow. Turning your left arm around your right arm if you can. If you can't, don't force it. And grab your hand if you can. Now inhale, lift your elbows. As you exhale, keeping your back straight, slowly come to forward bend. Neck relaxed, don't tense your neck. Inhale, slowly come back up. Open your arms, relax, shake your legs, shake your arms, and feel comfortable. And now I want to show you another flexibility pose. You don't turn, I'm just turning to show you. Lift your right arm and bring your right hand to your back. Now turn your left arm and bring it back. Try to grab your right hand. If you can't, grab your t-shirt wherever you can reach. It's totally fine. And once you're in this position, inhale deeply, straighten your back. Exhale, come to forward bend. Inhale, come back up. Release your arms. And let's do it with the left arm. Left arm up. Bring your left hand to the back, to your back. Turn your right arm and try to grab your left hand. If you can't, you can just grab your t-shirt. Inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, slowly come to forward bend. Inhale, come back up. Now let's do a little bit of twist. Again, if you are pregnant or having heart problems, please avoid this pose. Otherwise, please join me for a final nice relaxation for our spine. So with your right hand, grab the left side of your chair, and with your left hand, grab the right side of your chair. And inhale, straighten your back. As you exhale, twist your body towards left and look to the left. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, drop them down. This time we'll do it to the other side. So left hand to the right side of the chair and right hand to the left side of the chair. Inhale, straighten your back. As you exhale, twist to the right. Looking to the right. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring them down. And now I want you not to tense your upper body. Your upper body will be like a puppet. Just relax. So slowly, without putting any pressure to your upper body, slowly come to the forward bend, just like a puppet. And swing your body from side to side. Neck relaxed. just swing, just do silly moves. We are relaxing our spine, our arms, our head, our neck. And now, with a rolled back, with a hunchback, slowly come up. Inhale, hands on the knee. As you exhale, slowly try to bring your head to your knee. If you can't reach all the way there, don't worry. Whenever you can reach. But drop your head. Let it relax. And inhale, come back up. This is the end of our physical exercise. Now I'm going to invite you for a short meditation. Sit up tall but comfortably. If you feel more comfortable with your feet on the ground, keep it. If cross-legged position is easy for you, then do that. Whichever is more comfortable for you. There is no rule. And slowly close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. While you're inhaling and exhaling, just try to focus on your breath. Follow the path that your breath takes. As you inhale and as you exhale. See what your breath is doing in your body. You can have a lot of thoughts in your mind. It's fine. Don't force yourself so much to push away the thoughts. Just relax. Maybe embrace these thoughts. Now focus on your feet, your calves, your knees, your legs. Take a deep breath all the way through your legs, all the way down to your feet, as if you're sending your breath to your legs and to your feet. And exhale, relax your feet, relax your feet, relax your legs. Now focus on your back, your belly, your pelvis, your hips. Take a deep breath, sending this breath to your pelvis, to your belly, to your back. Exhale, relax your belly, relax your back, relax your hips, relax your pelvis. Now focus on your arms, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your palms, your fingers. Take a deep breath. Send this breath all the way down through your arms, all the way to your fingers. And exhale. Relax your fingers, relax your hands, your wrists, your forearm, upper arms, your shoulders. Take a deep breath to your chest. Expand your chest. And exhale slowly, relaxing your chest, relaxing your shoulder blades, Now focus on your facial muscles, your eyes, your chin, your jaw, your cheeks, your forehead, your eyelids. Inhale to your face, and as you exhale, relax your face, relax your eyelids, relax your jaws, your lips, your tongue, your cheeks. Take one more deep breath and feel the relaxation in your body. Slowly exhale, sending all the negative thoughts away. Now take a deep breath and think about someone or something that you are grateful for having. Focus on this person or this thing. Feel the happy feeling this person or this thing bring to you. Keep breathing. And now I'm going to make you listen to a little relaxing music to leave you alone with your meditation. Try to keep this thought of this person or this thing. Feel the happiness. Feel the gratitude. And now slowly bring your hands in front of your chest in prayer position, bringing your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. Now wrap your hands, warm them up, really strongly wrap them together, and bring your hands on your eyes. And let your eyes relax underneath your warm hands. Now bring your hands together again, keeping your eyes closed. Wrap them strongly, warming them up. Now bring your hands to your face, to your forehead, your neck, wherever you want to feel relaxed. Now bring your hands to your eyes. And as you slowly taking your hands away from your eyes, slowly open your eyes. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you had a relaxed moment. Namaste. And
Thank you so much, Ebru. That was truly an amazing experience. Personally, I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, thanks again. I think when I read the comments, it was really, really great. I would like to bring forward some interesting questions, Ebru. Maybe you can go through them.
Yes, sure.
Perfect. Let's do that. So let me see. Okay, let's start with this first one. Very interesting question.
I lose interest fast when I practice yoga. How can I overcome it? Well, that's normal to lose interest, whatever you do. Actually, yoga can help you not to lose interest and to keep focusing. So I think you should practice more yoga. But during the yoga session, if you are distracted, then it's fine. Don't force yourself too much. You don't have to keep focusing. Even during the meditation, I also said during the meditation, I said, if the thoughts come to your mind, don't force yourself to keep them away. Embrace them, because really coming to the meditation state is very, very difficult, and it takes so much practice. So embrace these thoughts. But a simple trick for that, you can gaze to a stationary point at your side and keep looking at that point, because our eyes are very important for our concentration, and that can help you concentrate. And also breathing, of course, focusing on your breath is the best way to keep focusing. I hope I could answer. Are there any side effects to yoga? Yes, there are, and that's why at the beginning of the class I warned you if there's any heart patients, or if there's any pregnant ladies, if there's any current injury in your joints, you should avoid certain moves. In general, I can say there are not side effects of yoga for healthy people, but if you have problems, there are certain poses, there are certain breathing exercises that you should avoid, and yoga instructors always warn you about these issues. Can we do these exercises every day at work? Yes, you can. Actually, we prepared a handout because our ambition is to convince people that they can do yoga everywhere, and anybody can do yoga. And so we have this handout which shows simple but very effective moves, and we can adopt them to our daily life. In case you want to have them, please contact us. We'll be happy to share them with you. Even when you wake up, just make a stretching, just lift your arms. This is a great stretching. This is a great yoga. You don't need the mat. You don't need to spend hours on the mat. This is also yoga. Or doing this is a great yoga pose. So yes. Can you briefly describe how these breathing techniques are able to decrease stress? Okay. There's a great anatomic background to that. Our bodies are amazing, but I don't want to bore you with anatomic details. To very simply put, when we are under stress, when we suffer from anxiety, our body takes it as a danger, as a threat. So in order to fight against this, our heart starts beating faster, and our breath starts being very short and quick. This is the reaction of our body, because our body thinks that this stress is a danger for our body. And actually, this is kind of a vicious circle. So by doing this, you stress yourself even more. But when you take a deep breath, a few times, of course, not once, but a few times, you send more oxygen to your brain, and your brain sends a signal to your heart in a way that everything's all right, everything's gonna be all right, we have enough oxygen. So this is how breathing techniques can help decrease stress. What if our management considers yoga as a too spiritual practice? and doesn't see the benefits, how can we convince them? Well, I showed you during my presentation, unfortunately, because I didn't have a lot of time, I couldn't show you all the scientific facts and researches. But there's a lot of studies in the world, and doctors included, they are focusing on yoga, making researches and studies about yoga. And there's a lot of evidences about the benefits of yoga practices, physical benefits of yoga practices. So I would try to convince my management about the actual physical scientific benefits of yoga. Actually, we have the list of all these studies, and if you contact us, again, we are happy to share the detailed studies with you so that maybe you share it with your management. Why you chose yoga as the medium to tackle the lack of vitality? Well, during my presentation, I tried to explain, but yeah, when we think about vitality, we think about healthy mind, healthy body, happiness, etc. And yoga can give us healthy mind, and healthy mind gives us healthy body. And also yoga also, of course, physically gives us health. And also yoga teaches us to be content, and being content is the key for happiness. So I think yoga can be a great tool for vitality. Thank you for presentation. It was nice learning some of these techniques. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to hear that, to see that you are relaxed.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight some of these comments that we're getting from our audience. Everyone feels very relaxed after the session. So thanks a lot for your work and putting this together. I would like to ask you to address the flyer that we have currently showcasing. Is there anything you would like them to do in order to get access to this flyer? Should they contact? Yeah.
If they can contact RBS or Mo from our group, his contact information is here. We'll be happy to send them this. And this is very simple technique that they can use in their daily life. So I would like everybody to use them.
Perfect, Ebru. Thanks a lot once again. That was fantastic. Please hang on, because I would like to bring all of the speakers in just a few minutes. But thanks again. I'm gonna be sending you to the room for the streaming. Okay. Namaste. Lovely. So I want to thank our audience for staying tuned and for watching this fantastic last session for RBS Talks, Vitality in the Workplace edition. It's been a very successful event. I'm very happy with the results from the teams. And I am also very happy with the engagement that you guys have provided as an audience. So I want to thank you once again for being part of this event. And we will be seeing you very, very soon. So please make sure that you stay, just hang out a few more minutes, because we're going to make an announcement at the end of today's event, so you know where to find us and how to engage further with us. So before we close it up, I do want to bring up our amazing speakers of the day. And I want us all to stand a round of applause to them for their fantastic job and all the preparation they've done in providing this experience to us. So I would like to bring up all of our speakers, and let's bring it up with a round of applause. Thanks a lot, guys, for your participation. Again, this was a great experience, and thanks for all the work you put into it.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay. And once again, this event could have not been possible without the fantastic teams they had that also put a lot of work into researching these topics and coming up with these topics that we feel are relevant to increase vitality within the workplace. Again, such an important topic in today's business context, as we've seen what has happened throughout the last year. So another round of applause to all of these contributors that you see in the screen. Again, all of them, master students from the Consultancy and Entrepreneurship program. So let's give it a warm round of applause for them as well. Fantastic. And lastly, before we make a couple of announcements, I do want to thank once again to Proneo and all of their support in this project, also in educating our students onto what vitality is and why is it such a relevant, important topic in the workplace. So once again, thanks a lot for partnering with us in this venture and putting together this event, this project from the ground up, and all of the support that was provided by this organization to make this happen. RBS Talks, Vitality in the Workplace edition, once again. A couple of last remarks. If you want to get access to the handouts, please make sure that you email us, just letting us know that you want access to the information that we showcase today. If you did sign up through Eventbrite, you're going to be getting this information through your email. But if not, please make sure that you email us so we know that where we can reach out to you. So we're going to be distributing handouts for all of the workshops that you just experienced with us, and where most of the information is going to be condensed in a way that you can actually take out and implement it within your workspace, hopefully. Now, I want to make one last call to action to all of the audience and all the participants that are watching us, and the organizations as well that have taken part of this event. We do want to keep ongoing with this initiative, so we would like you to reach out to us if you see an opportunity to partner with us to host a version of RBS Talks in a different topic, or if you had any other ideas in which we could collaborate, please make sure that you email us at rbstalks@gmail.com, and then we will make sure that we reach out to you so we find a way in which we can partner and we can collaborate. Lastly, I would like to make an exciting announcement, and it is the fact that we are already busy with the second version of RBS Talks, which will be taking place somewhere in February. And for that particular edition, we're going to be discussing design thinking, and we're going to be doing that in partnership with La Innovation Kitchen, which is a Spanish consultancy firm that focuses on innovation and exploring design thinking. So we want to make sure that you know where to find us. So that is on our YouTube channels, but also on our LinkedIn channels, RBS Talks. And that's really where we can stay engaged. And you will be able to rewatch this video and perhaps show it to people within your workspace and perhaps your manager. And maybe you can get him to buy into some of the ideas that we shared with you today. Thanks a lot for watching. This has been the end of RBS Talks Vitality Edition, and we hope to see you soon. Please remember to engage with us by emailing us at rbstalks@gmail.com, and please remember to follow us on LinkedIn and also to subscribe to our YouTube channel, in which we're going to be hosting most of our online events. Thanks a lot, and I hope that you enjoyed today's experience.